Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina, and today I thought I would take a minute and introduce you to a new product called Cri-Kits. And they're jelly pens that you can use on with your Cricut machine, and they're really, I just love them. This one that we're going to use today is the glitter set, and the set comes with 10 pens and the carrier is included in the kit. So let me just show you how to use these. Let's see, I'm going to pull out two of the pens. I'm going to use the green and the black, and then we need the carrier. And this is what I love about the carrier. It's magnetic. So let me just take the top off of here. It just snaps right in. And when you're ready to take it out, all you do is just push your finger on that little hole there, and that'll slide your pen out. So, pretty neat. So, okay, let's get started with our project. First thing I'm going to do is we're using the Sentimentals Cricut cartridge, and let me just get my manual here. And we're going to start by cutting out the butterfly, which is located somewhere in here. Oh, I just had it open before. Okay. So we're going to do this butterfly, and I'm going to start out by cutting out the butterfly in the shadow feature at 1.5 inches. So I have my mat loaded with my cardstock and my blade in, and everything is set at a high speed and high pressure. And I'm just going to hit the shadow key in the butterfly. And we're going to go ahead and cut that out. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out on our paper here, or cardstock here, is the wings to our butterfly. So we're going to cut that first. So that is the layers key. So we're going to hit the layers key in the butterfly, and we're cutting this again at 1.5 inches. Okay, now what we're going to do is we need a piece of scrap cardstock, and that's just so we can, as we're getting ready to put our carrier in with our pen, we want to make sure we don't write on our cardstock. So we're going to go ahead and put our carrier in as soon as I locate it. Oh, rolled under my mat. So I have my green pen loaded into the carrier, and I'm just going to go ahead and put my piece of scrap down and load the pen. Okay, and you can see I did write on there. That's why you put the scrap paper in there. It'll prevent you from writing on your image. And we're just going to hit load paper, and that's going to take us right back to the beginning. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to cut out, or actually draw the butterfly wings. So we just hit shift in the butterfly. And before we start, what we want to do is we want to change our speed down to low, and our pressure also down to low, and we'll go ahead and okay, now what we're going to do before we go ahead and unload our paper here, I want to cut one more, or actually draw one more thing with the Cri-Kits kit. And I'm just going to unload my pen. And now what we're going to do is insert a different color. So I'm just using the black glitter, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and install that in my Cricut. And I'm just going to move my right down to here. And what I'm going to do now is write out the word hi. And I'm going to set my size at 3/4 of an inch, and keep my speed and my pressure is already on the low speed, and I'm just going to hit phrase in the hand, and we're going to go ahead and cut that out. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble our card. First, what we're going to do is start on with our image that we cut out with the Sentimentals cartridge and the jelly pens. And what I'm going to do is just use a two-way glue and adhere this right to my layer, my shadow layer. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I have these two little Prima charms, and I'm going to add those right to the top of the antenna of the butterfly, and I'm just using some mini glue dots. Okay. So that is our butterfly. Oh, my glue dot stuck to the thing. I don't know if you can see the glitter on these from these pens, but it's just amazing how much they glitter. It's so much different in person to see what it looks like. So, okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on our high that we cut out, and I'm going to use my oval punch to, well, actually I didn't put that in the right spot on my paper. So I have one that's already punched out with my oval, and that's the high. And I'm just going to take my scallop oval punch, and we're going to punch that out. And here's just, this is what else I love about this kit, is that you can also use the pens to add doodles onto your project. So I'm just adding just little dots going around the scallop. Another thing about these glitter pens, they don't smear. So they dry pretty quick, so you don't have to really worry about them smearing. So I am just going to take my adhesive and stick that onto my project here. It's a little crooked. Let's try that again. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start assembling our card. First thing we're going to do is I'm just using some green basil cardstock, and it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm just going to fold it in half, so it makes a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. Let me just get my bone folder here. Okay, here we go. And then I have a piece of pattern paper, and I'm going to take my corner chomper and use the 1/4 inch side to round the bottom corners. And that'll go right on here. But before I adhere that down, I want to create a scalloped edge. So I'm just using my Fisker's scallop border punch here. That just created our edge. So I'm just going to adhere that right onto here, like so. Okay? So I'm just going to add some adhesive right to the back of this, and then right onto here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add my scallop. Okay? And then before I adhere this down, I want to add some ribbon, of course. I could never have enough ribbon. And if I could just find the end of this thing. Alright, there it is. So we're going to add ribbon, and we're just going to tie this in a knot right on here. Get my scissors. off our tails here. Okay, and now this will get adhered right to our card. Okay, so I'm just going to adhere this right to my card, but before I do that, I just want to decide where I'm going to place my butterfly and my scallop circle, which I think I'll probably place it just like that, I think. Actually, we'll do it that way, okay? All right, so let's adhere this down. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to this, and I just want to move my bow over a little bit. And I'm just using Tombow Mono adhesive. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I want to give my butterfly a little dimension, so I'm going to fold its wings and then add, before I add that, I want to add some dimensionals to this. And I just want some small pieces because I just want it to pop up in certain spots. So we're going to put this very close to the center. Like that, and then I'm going to add my 2-way glue right down the middle, and that'll go right here. And the dimensions, what the dimensionals do will let it pop up a little, so just hold that down for a second. Let me just add, I'm going to add a glue dot to the back of that ribbon underneath the butterfly, just to get it so it sticks. There we go. That's better. And now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and use some dimensionals and pop my sentiment here up off the card. So it's just a cute little hi. And then the last thing I want to do is, well, I was going to round the corners, but I think I'm going to leave it just the way it is. So that's it. Very easy. Again, that's the, I'm using the glitter Cri-Kits Cricut gel pens for the Cricut, and you have to go check out their website. It's www.cri-kits.com. They're having some great giveaways because today's the launch of their new website, and I think they're giving away a gypsy and a whole bunch of other certificates, so make sure you check them out. And thanks for watching another episode of Creations with Christina. I'll see you next time. Bye!